Commissioners to order. Please join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon, everyone. We'll begin with our minutes from the November 19 meeting. Is there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
I'll second that.
Okay, we've got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the minutes of the November 19th regular meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Okay. Is Dave, did I see Dave Ryckman here? No? Okay. First up then will be APC Director Bill MacDaniel. Bill, what do you got on your mind today?
Well, Dale asked me to be brief. So I will do my darndest to actually fulfill his request. Okay, what this is about is I let the commissioners know previously, but I'm doing this well ahead of time to get everybody prepared for my departure, which will be at the end of 2026. So I have 2 more years of working for the county. And one of the reasons for that is that the commissioner has been very supportive of me, and I don't want to dump anything on them. They've been supportive, they've been friends through this, so I want to give them as much head time as possible. Heads up. Same thing with the Area Plan Commission. So first part of that will be, I want to get someone up to speed when I get someone hired as the building inspector. Now, then at the this next year's budget hearings, I want to make the case for having sufficient funds up front already in the budget for when in 2026, so I can hire someone as soon as possible that is going to be my replacement to get them up to speed, because anybody who's been in my office knows I've got a lot of administrative backlog from ever since I lost all of my help. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. Hopefully when I leave on December 31st, 2026, everything's going to be in place. And I certainly hope it will be. I'm going to do my best to make sure of that. And then a couple of major projects with the Area Plan Commission over these next 2 years. So, like I said, it's just everybody involved just deserves as much heads up as possible.
I hope it works out that way, Bill. I know you've got a lot of stuff pending down there. And, well, this is going to hinge on our ability to find someone to replace you by the end of 2026.
Well, before the end of 2026, because you want to have them in place. Because once that date comes and I hit it, I am going to be out of the door on January 1st of 2027.
Now, you do know what I told you about all this.
Yeah, you told me not to retire.
Well, I don't. I don't recommend retirement.
Yeah.
And so, if nothing's going to do you but to leave us, at least you need to go get another job.
Oh, I plan to do that, to at least have some interactions with other human beings. And one that is much less stressful. Hopefully. Because I think.
Do you have an idea how much time you'd like for someone to be working with you to get that training?
Well, I would say a minimum of 3 months. I'd really actually prefer closer to 6 months so they can get used to everything. And then this person, we can identify the things that for them to change, so we can then get administratively the folders, the way everything is organized within the office and on the computer, to so we can get all that taken care of and then get their get things in place so we can have anything that needs to change from the way I've been doing things to the way this person would like to do things, and it makes sense, so we can get that done in place. So Yeah, so the closer I have to the 6 months to do that, the better it'll be. Because it's as I said, is that I haven't had help since, was it, what year did they lay everybody off?
Well, that would have been 2012, I think.
Yeah, so I've been going on 12 years without any help, so like I said, you've seen my pile of stuff that piles and grows. I get cleaned up and it grows.
Yeah. Well, now you're currently advertising for a part-time position here.
That's what was approved as a part-time position at
Yeah.
$25 an hour. So people can, right now, the job description and the county job application are online with the Fayette County website under the job advertisement. And I do need to then make the arrangements of, I don't know how often I will need to do it, but to at least advertise in the News Examiner for this position.
Now, it may not be likely, but it would be really good if you could get a part-timer hired there with all the qualifications needed to take
Yep.
over after you leave.
Yep.
That would be
Yeah.
ideal, but
Yeah.
we may not be able to do that.
Yeah, because ideally what I would like to do would then be to have so everything associated with the building code, inspections, permits, have things transferred to the person who's going to come on as the building inspector, as the senior building official. I would be merely if there's a vacation, there's a reason, I would merely be a backup. So that way, by having this person doing all of that, I can do the things I was meant to do when I was hired as a planner. So the sooner we can get those responsibilities placed on someone else, because ideally, I think that it would be ideal to have one person strictly with that office, one person handling the planning and zoning side, because the odds are that you aren't going to get some of those in my situation, because most people who are experienced planners aren't going to want to do if you want to get experienced planner, the odds are they are not going to do the job that requires the most to do these, put their time into with the building inspections and the permits, because they're meant to be the planner. Okay, so that's where I really would like to see things go for the Plan Commission and the building and planning in Fayette County. Because it's as you know, me trying to balance the multiple hats is, the problems I have with trying to get everything accomplished as well as everything. I would like everything to be done.
Well, good luck with that. Well, I certainly appreciate the advance notice on your plans. I'm sure everybody else feels the same way.
Yeah.
I hope we can make this a smooth transition for everyone.
Yep, hence 2 years
Yeah.
notice. So, yeah.
But if we don't find anybody, you have to stay.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you?
What's that?
If we don't find anybody, you gotta stay.
That's not gonna happen. Because after that point, when I hit that retirement, it's like, you aren't gonna be able to afford me at a professional charge outright. You've gotten the hometown discount for 22 years.
Okay. Well, thanks, Bill. Hopefully now with this, a lot of people will see this meeting from home. Knowing this information now, it may pique the interest of someone out there that might want to apply for it.
Well, I have had a few conversations with people that were contractors that have been doing it for quite a while. So I might be interested in doing that.
Yeah?
So,
Okay.
but like I said, it's 20 is approved at county part-time, 28 hours at $25 per hour. So,
Okay.
would have preferred full-time, but
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, Bill.
okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, and I appreciate all the support that the commission has given me over the years.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
EMA Director Wade, you got anything today?
I just have a follow-up from our last meeting. the last commissioners meeting, talking about the brick grant. I sent you all three an email explaining what the archaeological survey would cost us, adding an additional $6,500 to that. And my recommendation is just to cancel that grant with FEMA. I've jumped through every hoop they've requested, and they've changed things 3 or 4 times on us because it's such a new program. I think that they realize they want something else, then it's on us to pay for it. So my recommendation was to just back out of that grant and tell them no, but I haven't done that yet, because I wanted to make sure that you three approved that decision.
That was just disappointing for them to come up with that requirement.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
For about a 3-foot square of dirt up there.
Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Well, it's hard for me to justify. I don't know how everybody else feels about it.
So you need a motion to?
I just need approval. I don't know if it needs to be in a motion form or not.
Yes. I'll move a motion that we accept Wade's recommendation to drop out of the grant.
I'll second that.
Okay, we've got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to, based on the information provided by Wade Walling, we're going to withdraw from the application for the brick grant for the weather station at the animal shelter. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jay.
Thank you. That's all I've
I
got.
hate to do that, Wade,
Yeah.
but it's,
It would have been nice to have, but
Yeah,
we can look at it in the future and plan more accordingly now that we know some of the
Yeah.
requirements, so.
now will the people at Purdue know about it?
Yeah, I'll let her know. Yeah,
Okay.
Beth. Yeah, I'll let her know.
Okay,
All right, thank you all.
thank you. Stephanie McCurdy, is Stephanie here? There you are. Stephanie is here from the Extension Office for the 144 request.
Yes, we are ready to hire a new office manager. I interviewed a few people and settled on Terry DeBoe, and she is willing to accept the job and start on January 6th if it is approved. So, do you need her resume? Do you want to see it?
I just need her name spelled.
And what's
There's her name, Terry DeBoe.
Terry DeBoe? Where's Terry from?
She moved here in April from Idaho. She's retired, moved back to be close to her grandkids with her husband. So she used to have a lot of experience, and she owned her own business and has a lot of experience in the office setting. She currently works for a bank, but would like to work for us. So we told her we were awfully fun in the extension office. It was the place to be.
She lives here in Fayette County?
She does, yeah.
Okay. Tell you what, I'm really surprised you found somebody as quick as you did.
Well,
That's a good thing.
yeah, I hope she, I mean, I feel like she's going to work out well, so I hope she does.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to approve the 144 request for the Fayette County Extension Office for the hire of a new office manager by the name of Terry DeBoe. Is there any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
Thank you. And then, just so you guys know, the Purdue University has started advertising the other educator's position, and we are currently accepting applications. So if there is anybody who would like to be a 4-H youth development educator, that position is open. And we'll hopefully be interviewing for that in January and have that person in place in February.
Good.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Michael King. Michael, you got anything today?
Things, one, that piece of software up in front of you, the OS Forensics, I just got a reminder about that late last night for our annual renewal. It's $8.99 a year, or we could go for the perpetual license of $15.99, which means we wouldn't have to renew it again. I think that's the better option. It means we could use it's basically 2 years of licensing, but then we won't have to renew it ever again. It's a good software for finding problems or finding illegal stuff on the computer if we have to have that problem, but I've not had to use it for that more than one time for CPD. But basically it just goes through and digs through the computer for problems that we can't really see if we're trying to find a problem that's just being elusive. So I think it's worth it, but it's up to you guys whether we go for the $8.99 and just do it for another year, or the $15.99. I have either one in my budget to do it for this year, but it just kind of caught me by surprise that the renewal was right now rather than in January, which is when I thought it was. So I just need to get approval for that, and then, like I said, whether we go for the $8.99 or the $15.99, I'll leave up to you guys.
Would you call this a diagnostic software?
A diagnostic or forensic software, again.
Okay. It's kind of odd that you basically pay almost a 2 year subscription. It's good for from now on.
It's good for that level of upgrades, for that level, and then if they go through a major new version, then they try to sell you on the new version. But if they go through minor upgrades, they cover that. But they only cover 12 months of support, so they try to sell you on support after that 12 months is up.
Yeah.
So that's where they get you for more money. But I've not had to use them at all for support in the 12 months. So.
You said it was in your budget either
Yeah.
way. And it looks like you can save about roughly $200. Go ahead and do the
You
2
save a
years.
little bit.
Yeah.
So.
That's right. You guys have any questions? I'll go ahead and make a motion to go ahead with this forensics software for the 2 year, $15.99.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve subscription with OS Forensics, their subscription license for $1,599
For the perpetual.
for the perpetual support.
Okay.
Any further question? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane.
Okay, and the other thing was I just wanted to get approval for me to go on vacation from the 23rd to the end of the year over Christmas. I'm just going to be staying in Rushville, so I'll be on call. I'll be close by if somebody needs me. But Jared put his resignation in this morning, and Jane, I did pass along your message, and that didn't make a difference. So, he just didn't think there was enough money with enough hours, so he wanted something better. But even with the raise coming in January, that wasn't enough. So, I'll be close by if somebody needs me. But with where people go on vacations and are less things going around toward the end of the year, it's usually a good time for me to try to take a couple days off.
What dates did you say? I'm sorry.
The 23rd, or basically the last week of the year with Christmas. So.
So your assistant is leaving.
Yep. He just put his resignation in this morning. He didn't even work the day. So.
Okay, well, that's not going to help you any, is it?
No. So I'll have to list the job again and all that fun stuff. So
Yeah.
I doubt we'll have anybody before the end of the year, but I don't even know if it'll be worth hiring anybody before the end of the year, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. If somebody happens to put in a resume or application, I'll probably interview them anyway, but we have to have at least a couple of them before it makes it worth it. But I just want to make sure you guys didn't have any problem with me taking those days off, and everybody knew what was going on and all that fun stuff.
Well, you're not gonna get any flack from me about it, believe it or not, so.
Do you know what that part-time pays per hour?
Jared was getting 15, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be the same starting. That would be a Jane question.
It'd be 17.
Okay, so it'd be 17. So that's 24 hours a week unless there's something going on. You go up to, there's a couple times I had to have him cover a little bit longer one week or whatever, so, and then shorter next week, that kind of thing, but, so. Anything else for me? And then we got the new phones throughout the city and the county for the Polycoms from Metronet. So I'm slowly getting those all programmed. So those have mostly been a hit from what I'm seeing. The biggest complaint has been that the phone cords are so short. So, but other than that, everybody seems to like them. So.
Are you gonna be around the building this afternoon?
Yeah.
Okay, well, after the meeting, I'll try to stop in and
Okay.
see you. Okay?
Will do.
Thanks, Michael. From our maintenance department, we've got Josh Jarboe, maintenance director, here today with a couple of 144s.
Alright, so finally found some applicants for the 2 full-time positions. The top 2 pages are, I messed up on all of them. So I wrote on the top 2 pages that I signed. But one is Thomas Brewer. He is currently on drug court program here at Fayette County, and I'm trying to get into trying to start something with maybe working with the participants and with drug court. That's where I came from, and I figured it'd be a good little relationship to build with them. His start date would be on December the 9th, so next week. And then the second one is George Murray. He is here right now, so we would, there's that. He's here working right now, so both of these guys are going to be great additions, I think. George is a very mechanically inclined diesel mechanic. I don't know how we got this lucky to get somebody like that, but my cousin, that's how. But nonetheless, he's going to work out real well. And then Thomas, he's a well-rounded individual, so I think I might be able to join Michael with some vacation time, maybe.
No, you can't come to my house.
Maybe not.
Both of them full-time.
Yeah, both of them would be full-time. And then I had 2 people lined up for part-time to clean because Stephanie is going to be leaving right around Christmas time. So there will be a position for cleaning, custodial work, courthouse, part-time. I'm still working on that one because I have 2, right now I have 2 part-time high school kids, young men. I'm trying to work out, they better learn how to clean. I think I could probably drop one of them into that role, if not both, and still be able to work out in my budget, but they have to show me how good they can clean first. So we'll see.
I bet they do a better job at cleaning than you will.
Absolutely.
I'll move to approve Thomas Brewer and George Murray Jr.
Second that.
Okay, we've got a motion by Bill, second by Tracy, to approve the 144 request for the maintenance department for the hire of Thomas Brewer and George Murray Jr. Any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. 3 ayes, Jane. There you go, Josh. Now, do you want to
Yes.
give us, do you want to share the information from Resolve Tech about the boilers?
Yeah, so I talked to Bo yesterday, and it looks like the boilers are actually going to be due in Friday. That is the latest date, but if something was to happen between now and then, it could be pushed out till Monday. At that point, they'll get on site and we'll start over at the jail first. Whereas, I think that's the most important. We house inmates there. God forbid one of them, our boiler goes down or something. So that's, they're gonna start that. That's gonna be the longer process, is what they're predicting. And they're looking more like the 5 to 7 day range to do that one over there. Then they'll jump over to the courthouse, and that one's gonna be the shorter, 3 to 5 days probably. Maybe sooner, depends on if everything works out. Well, so that'll be the upcoming week right before the new year. And then on the first day that they are on site, they will be bringing somebody in. We talked about the water softener. So that individual who they recommended we could use, without anybody dipping their hand into the pot, he's going to show up the first day with him, walk the courthouse with him, all the water lines and so forth, to see what exactly we need and how to set it up. So that'd be a good thing too. So other than that, I think that's it, unless I forgot something.
It's all right, we forget something every meeting.
Yeah, it's true.
Jane don't let us.
Yeah. Okay, anybody got any other questions for Josh? Well, thanks, Josh, for this.
Thank you.
Recorder Lisa Witt. Lisa?
Hello. Okay, I'm here today and I brought Dusty Wicker from CSI. CSI is our vendor. But first I'm just going to give you some numbers. So this year we are closing in, and in the last 2 years we have backlogged almost 4,800 documents. We're at 4,756. We had 2,657 that the previous administration that they had put in, and we finished those off. And then this year we're at 2,099. I talked to Cameron yesterday and to Tess, and we believe we're on track to hit 5,000 by the end of the year. So we're really pleased with those numbers. I ran a report, so from January 1st to November 30th, the Recorder's Office has put a total of $44,101.79 into the County General, and we've put $15,475 into the Surveyor's Perpetuation Fund, $3,095 into the Elected Officials Training Fund. So we are contributing quite a bit to those funds. And then as of yesterday, $49,029.50 into the Records Perpetuation Fund, which is the fund that the Recorder uses to preserve records for the county and that kind of thing. Just giving you an idea there. In January of next year, I'm hoping that we can maybe get a contract signed so that we can start getting our deeds digitized. We're quite a bit behind when you look at where we stand in comparison to the counties surrounding us. So, been working with some companies, talking with Dusty, because Dusty has worked with those companies, and hoping we can get something underway so that we can get those done. Dusty's going to tell you a little bit about himself, and if you have questions, he will be happy to answer them.
Hi everybody, my name is Dusty Wicker. I do work for CSI. We're a Hoosier-based company. We've got 50 counties that we work with, 48 in Indiana, 2 in Michigan. We do the land record system, so the Recorder's software. The Auditor's office and the Assessor also uses our software for the e-recording platform. And then just personally, I'm from Hancock County. It's not too far from here, so actually worked in the clerk's office there for 4 years, so very familiar with county government. So. Any questions on backfiling or anything I can assist with?
Okay, now the contract, that contract stuff you showed me, Lisa, was that from CSI?
Those were from IRA and Imaging Systems and ARCA.
Oh, okay.
Dusty has worked with those and he can tell us what is going to work best with their system when we start that.
Yeah. So yeah, we have worked with IRA. They are a local company. They're from South Bend, Indiana Records and Associates. They do tend to come in a little bit cheaper. The quality of work is not necessarily as good as our preferred vendor, which is US Imaging. US Imaging, they do 3 stages. So they come in and they set up a 24/7 scanning system. So they hire somebody that will come in. Hancock County just had all of their deeds scanned from 1828 to 1974. It took them a weekend. One weekend, they got all those records scanned. Now they take them back to Michigan. They're from Saginaw. They take them back to Michigan and they finish up what they need to do, but it saves a bunch of time. Decatur County, for example, their commissioners would not allow 24/7 access to the courthouse. So for their project, it was going to be an extra $20,000 just because they couldn't have 24/7 access to the courthouse. So, ARCA Search.
US Imaging.
Oh yeah, US Imaging, that's our preferred vendor. They're the ones that do 3 steps. They do tend to cost a little bit more, but the step that they do that's really, really important is they clean up images. So, Lisa could take a document, an original document, take it to her photocopier or take it to our scanner, and she could scan it 50 times before she gets a good copy, just because it's dependent upon the original scan. So US Imaging, they actually use AI to clean up those images and make them incredibly legible. I mean, it's phenomenal. I was at Adams County, and they printed off one that they did in their office, and then they printed off one that US Imaging did night and day. So that's our preferred vendor. ARCA Search, Lisa, I just found out, had talked with them. We had a bad experience with them in Blackford County. By statute, the recorder has to collect $1 per page for copies, and ARCA Search does not have a way to collect that $1. So Blackford County ended up getting all their money back and their images back because they couldn't do anything with them. So we would be looking, my guess would be look at IRA and US Imaging and go from there.
Lisa, do you anticipate trying to enter into a contract with one of these vendors
Yes.
soon?
I would like to at the beginning of the year, because the sooner we can get a contract, they're going to get us. If we could get us contract in January, we could probably be done before December.
Yeah.
I know with US Imaging because they've told us that.
Well, from what I've seen so far, there's no way you can afford to have it all done
Right.
at once.
That's why we're hoping if we can, because we're going to be giving some money tonight to council to fund one employee, and then we pay for our part-time out of record perpetuation. So we're not going to have all the money. To do everything that we've got down there, we're looking at $500,000 all day long. But if we could get the deeds going, that would be really beneficial to our searchers and attorneys, because when we do those, after we index them and we validate them, when we release them to the public, then they are available on DocSpot. So people aren't having to come here to print. They can go online, print them. We're still collecting the $1 that is going back into our fund.
Makes it a lot more convenient for everyone.
It definitely does. I mean, I had somebody call today. He was wanting something from like the 80s, and unfortunately we're just back to the mid 90s. So I told him, I was like, you're gonna have to contact a local abstractor, and he was like, I've already paid somebody, and I said, I can't search for you. So you're gonna have to contact a local abstractor. They're gonna have to come in and do it. Whereas if we had the deeds online, he would have been able to type in what he's looking for, pull it up, and he'd have been good to go.
Yeah, and I did, just so that you guys are aware, I looked at the surrounding counties to kind of see where they're at in their back file. Wayne County is working on indexing the 1800s. Rush County is working on 1952. Henry County has worked with US Imaging. They've had everything scanned, so they're about to have everything uploaded into their system. Hancock County, that's my county. We've got our deeds back to 1828, which is the start of our county. And then from 1969 to current, everything is there. Union County is working on 1976, and Franklin County is working on 1869. So right now, Fayette County's in 1994, 1993 maybe.
We are among the furthest behind. I think there's one other county that's as far behind as we are.
We're gonna change that.
We are gonna change that.
Okay.
We are gonna change that.
That's what I like to hear.
Yes. Yeah. And it doesn't just, it's like I told you guys before, it doesn't just stop once it's digitized. Like, we can get the image scanned, but people are still necessary because we have to index it. We have to validate it. They have to be redacted by law. So in order for us to move forward, there is still a process. It's not, oh, these are digitized, we're good to go.
Yeah, digitization, the scanning is the important step because that's preserving it. You know, at that point, you know, if you did, God forbid, have a flood or a fire, you've at least got the images. You don't have originals, but you do have the images. Right now, as it stands, if you guys did have a flood or a fire, that's all you got. Everything is in that room. So, you know, I'm sure you guys all own property. That's the only place that proves, other than the auditor's office, and, you know, assessor might have copies of some things, but the originals are in the recorder's office, and they're only in the recorder's office. So if you've got a fire or something, they're gone. And unfortunately, that has happened. Jefferson County had that happen, and what wasn't destroyed by the fire was destroyed by the water trying to put the fire out. So they're just without records.
And of course, we had the water situation last year, and we were just very fortunate that it was
understand.
in the front and not the back.
Yeah.
So, and the state thought enough of that. That's why they established that fund, to make sure that people could always count on their property records being preserved. And as the recorder, I have a duty and diligence to do that for them.
Well, as soon as you settle on a plan and ready for a contract, you come and see us.
Probably be January.
Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Anybody got anything else for Lisa?
We're looking forward to hitting 5,000 by the end of the year.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Sheriff Jones, do you have anything today?
Yeah, just real quick, just need to get the okay to put in for the JAG grant. We do it every year. Usually we partner with the city. This year we're going by ourselves. The city wants something that we don't need. We put in for mobile radars and handheld radars. I think we got 2 of them right now in our vehicles. It's just a good tool to have. So it's something we can't afford, so we figure let the grant pay for it. It's 100% through the state.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to authorize the Sheriff's Department to apply for a JAG grant for mobile radar units.
Yep.
Okay. Any further question? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Good eyes, Jane.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thanks. Surveyor Bill Macke, you got anything
Yeah, I got
today?
one thing. I had one of my quarterly meetings last week with NDOT, and I was informed that Bridge 32 out on County Road 50 North will be moved from construction from 26 to 27 because NDOT's having some financial constraints. So they moved several projects a year out. So it won't be built in 26, it'll be built in 27. So
That's one at Clinton.
that's the one on 50 North, just west of Gray Road, about a half a mile. Yeah, the other one's still set for 2030, the one on Country Club Road. That's still set for construction then, but yeah, right now they're having some financial constraints, so they bumped a few projects in each district out. So
What was that bridge number again?
32,
32.
yeah.
Okay, so they're moving it back a year.
Yeah, it'll be built in 27 instead of 26.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess there's nothing we can do about that.
No,
is there?
that's when they'll have more money. Like I said,
Yeah.
they've had to move several, I guess, she said, so we'll have to do what they want to do, so it's not, you know, a big deal. It'll get done.
Yeah. Well, while you're up there, you guys want to fill us in on Bridge 75?
It's ready to be opened. Is Jay still around working?
He's on vacation.
Oh, well, should I call the highway department and tell them guys to get down there and get the barricades out of there?
Are you ready to go?
Yep.
By all means then.
All right, I'll give them a call. Who's actually taking care of it while Jay's gone?
Angie will be the one that answers the phone.
Okay, I'll tell her how the guys get down there tomorrow and open that thing back up.
Okay. That'll be good news in that neighborhood.
So, yeah, and of course, the sign inventory grant, we did get that. I was informed last week. I ran you all a copy of the letter I got from MDOT. You all have one for the, this is for the PE for whoever. That's what I got from MDOT last week. I informed Dick that we got it, but so we'll probably have to, I've got a meeting coming up with the program director, and we'll move forward with that. Probably have to, since it's federal aid, I'll do a request for proposals from different companies, and then advertise that, and then, because they want to be under contract by, what's that say, March 1st, or you lose your funding.
Yeah, March 1, 2025.
So I'll get that going. I'll have to talk to her. I've got a pre-construction meeting. Probably talk to her tomorrow or Thursday. I emailed her what was a good time for her. I haven't heard back yet, so probably do request proposals, and then I'm assuming, I've never done one like this, but generally we may have to pick from the contractors, like we do on bridges, vote on them. I'm assuming. I'll find out more when I talk to Kelsey. And but yeah, so I'll get that moving, because we don't want to lose that. And then, like I said, that money will be for whoever does it to figure out what needs replaced and everything. And then next year, we'll have to do another grant to get the money to do it. And then the company will probably, I'm assuming, that does this will do the inspections. You know, whatever company gets the contract, well, it'll have to be bid and everything. There'll be a number of signs and amount that'll have to go out once whoever determines how many we need countywide. So it's moving forward. Hey, you know, for a 10% match, it's not a bad deal.
No, that's not a bad deal. So they've already credited us with $114,660.
Yeah, that's what the engineering study should cost.
Yeah. And we got
You'll have 10% match, which have to come out of the highway,
okay.
some highway funds.
So long as we got a contract by March 1st, it really doesn't make that much difference when they actually start.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure if they'll want it. I would be hard pressed if they would want it by that fall. I'm not sure when the next call would be for actually the money to replace them. I don't know how quick an engineering firm can get it done.
well, it'd be nice if we could get the first part of it done in 2025, and then be able to apply for the actual sign replacements in 2026.
Yeah. So, you know, if you need $500,000 worth of signs, it's only gonna cost the county $50,000. I mean, it cost me $75,000 just to put those bridge signs up, and there wasn't that many of them.
Yeah.
So, great deal.
Okay. Well, thanks, Bill.
All right, you're welcome.
County Attorney, do you have anything today?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyone have any mail they need to share?
No.
We got any old business we need to pick up? Better look at my notes. All right. New business, the Everton Fire Chief, Chad Groning, is here. Chad? come on up, talk to us.
Hello, everyone. I'm coming back in representing the 3 county volunteer fire departments, Bentonville, Glenwood, and Everton. Again, this year we want to apply for the regional FEMA grant. We applied last year and we presented that to you. We were denied that grant. And what that is was for dual band 800 VHF radios. Again, this year we're going to apply, just like this gentleman was talking, when we apply it's a 10% match. Everything is pretty close to what we did last year. We're looking at approximately $9,226 per department to equal that 10% match. And that would be from Bentonville, Everton, and Glenwood combined to around $27,000 total match. And I'm coming to the commissioners again to ask for the coverage of that amount if the grant is awarded until all those monies can be collected.
You guys in on that out of Glenwood?
Jolissa's actually the grant writer again for us. She's actually submitting all the details. So.
So,
I'm gonna abstain.
yeah, I'll make a
Oh,
motion
yeah, I
to
forgot
approve
about
that.
that. Yeah.
That request for that regional FEMA grant.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to approve for that with the match. Total amount was 27,000, you said?
Right around there. It's
Okay.
going to vary just a little bit right around that range. I'm not going to say it's exactly the 27,000 until the actual figures come in. And the reason I'm saying that is because FEMA has the right to cut or add as they see fit. You put in the amount you want and they have the overall justification to say you're getting this amount or this amount. So,
And then our part was the 10% match,
yes,
right?
the 10% would come out of that, and then the 3 volunteer fire departments must meet that 10% to get their radios, which will be a combination of mobile and portables, VHF 800 dual band radios.
Okay. Did you make a motion? Okay, I'll second the motion. And the motion is to allow all 3 volunteer fire departments to go ahead with their FEMA application for a grant for 800 megahertz radios for all 3 volunteer departments through the FEMA grant process. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
2 ayes, Jane, and 1 abstention. And Commissioner Munson is abstaining because he's a member of the volunteer fire department at Glenwood. You got anything else, Chad?
That's it, unless you guys got further questions for me.
Okay, well, good luck. Hope you guys have better luck this year than you
All
did
right.
last time.
Yeah, they said part of the reason we denied last year was because all the destruction with the hurricanes and everything, a lot of FEMA money had to be depleted to go to all that. So there was not enough money to go around, which is part of the AFG grant process. Sometimes that happens. So we're going to try again this year.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Is there any patron concerns today in the room? Okay, not. All that leaves is claims and payroll.
Move to approve.
Second that.
Got a motion by
Sorry.
Dale, second by Tracy, to
I have
approve
to go get them. That's why I'm
claims and
laughing.
payroll. And so they'll be arriving here any minute. We'll get that out of the way.
Who's writing
She's going after the claim and payroll.
this? I was just thinking we should ask Bill about this right here. I don't think we have that billing out there. That's something that was lost, or we didn't get it reconnected. Maybe it's Michael. Because it says you'll lose if you don't do this reporting. You'll lose it.
Oh, we'll make sure it's all there.
No, I mean, like, you have to do the ERCs, or, you know what that is? Quarterly reports.
Yeah.
Through the ITAP local quarterly report system. I don't think they have any of that up online. So they'll have to get up to speed. Maybe Angela will have to take care of that stuff.
Yeah. Concludes our agenda for today, unless we're forgetting anything. Sure?
Nope.
Second that.
Okay. We have a motion by Dale, a second by Tracy to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.